everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And here we have a Scrawler box. I actually signed up for Scrawler box, then had to cancel, and they sent me one anyways, and so they said I could keep it instead of sending it back, so I'm very happy. So this is a kneaded eraser. It's the Kohl-i-Noor Extra Soft Kneadable Eraser. And then they gave me a little candy. It was grape. Wasn't that great? Because I don't like grape. Anyways, I think this sticker is super adorable. This is the Scrawler box sticker, and the tissue paper is awesome. They sent me the Derwent Ink Tints pan set, and there is about 12 colors in this set. I will get to the colors in a little bit. I love this sticker. I put that sticker on my computer case, and what that is just the prompt. The prompt is false prayer. So I will be doing something with false prayer. Here is the picture that they sent you and some paper, which is an abnormal size. It's actually it's like 4 by 8. It's like a half piece of paper, and that's the box. They also sent me a Faber-Castell Graphic Aquarelle 2B, which is water soluble, and it comes with this little brush, watercolor brush pen, which is awesome. And I didn't use it for what it was meant for, but it worked. I just used it as a regular brush. So the feature artist is Milky Rat, and on the screen right now is what it says. I will be reading this in a little bit so you guys can find that out. And yeah. So they also have some artist tips on here, which is wonderful. I will be doing a couple of rough draft sketches to kind of figure out what I want and all of that. So the theme is watercolor wherever. So this month we have supplied you with everything you need to paint wherever inspiration and creativity may find you. Try painting somewhere different and see how that affects your artwork. We hope you will be experimenting with us and testing out these supplies. So I actually didn't go somewhere different, but I have another piece of the watercolor paper that I will be doing in a different place. So as you can see, I have the watercolors out, and they come in the colors sun yellow, mango, poppy red, dark plum, mild ultramarine, bright blue, race green, teal green, kiwi, burnt yellow orchid, natural brown, and ink black. So that's what that is. I'm actually sketching with Staedtler blue mechanical pencil, just because the pencil that they gave me is water soluble and I didn't want it to make everything all mucky and gross. And so as you can see, as soon as I figure out how to put the water into this stupid pen, I guess it's a brush, that once I actually get it working, that it is very water soluble. See, it's all gross and yucky. And while sometimes that's fun, I don't really want to use it that way, so I don't. And I made some swatches just to see what all the colors were. So there you are. Alright, so let's talk about this featured artist, Milky Rat. She says, "Hello, I'm Milky Rat, and I am a young artist that likes to apply pigment to paper. I usually use traditional mediums, mostly watercolor and ink, to create paintings and drawings of magical and creepy girls. My art is inspired by movies, other artists, history, and my own thoughts. My relationship with art started back when I was in elementary school, but I never took it seriously until a few years ago when I discovered speed paints and YouTube artists. I tried so many mediums, but eventually I fell in love with watercolor and ink. I'm also really active on Instagram, where I post my art consistently. I also stream my painting process on Twitch Creative and upload speed paints to my YouTube channel. And it seems like most of them, actually all of them, is just Milky Rat, Milkyrat, which you can find on Instagram, Twitch, Patreon, Etsy, and YouTube. So some of her artist tips are: watercolors are tricky medium, and that's why patience is key. Before you start painting, if you have 2 water pots, one for clean water and one for dirty water, which I didn't do, but I did consistently rinse my brush and dry it off. So when you start painting, I recommend to apply a wet wash of a lot of water and a small amount of pigment to create a beautiful, clean base. And so as I am drawing this, once I get to the watercolor process, you see I actually do that with the face. So I guess I did listen a little bit. Once the first layer is dry, start building up your layers slowly and let every layer dry properly. That's why you see a bunch of jump cuts, is because I'm consistently turning off my camera so that it doesn't die while I'm drawing, and then turning it back on once that layer is dry. So taping down your paper is a great way to stop the paper from curling when wet. I didn't do this till like the very end on the top of my sketchbook, so the paper did curl a little bit, but not too much, which was nice. And if you make a mistake, you can try to fix it quickly by applying water to the area and lifting it up with a paper towel or sponge. And you can see me doing this here shortly, where I use a sponge, but then there was pigment on the sponge, and so there's a couple little blue dots on the neck, which I'm not too happy with, but it worked out in the end because I did make her a little creepy, and you will see that in a little bit. So, and remember, the last one is, remember that even with the small selection of watercolors, you can create a lot of awesome shades and colors by mixing or diluting, which I do a lot in this. So I don't think I actually told you what paper I used. So this is the Bionicle Ultra Smooth Watercolor paper, which is made from 50% cotton and is bright white to really make the colors of your work pop. It is a non-standard shape, which with one frayed end to make it a little different. So that was wonderful. So the idea I had on making this piece was the fact that maybe it was a somewhat sweet looking girl who decided to go against her mother's wishes, and instead of practicing common Christianity, she would decide to practice Wicca. And since it says a false prayer, the false prayer is her worshiping a different religion than her parents. And so when she tries to go into the church, she starts bleeding and oozing black goo, and someone stabs her, because I have some kind of stabby point on there. So that's kind of my inspiration or thought process that I was going through this. I was trying to actually make her cheeks a little chiseled, and then they kept kind of just being too, it wasn't blended enough, so I kind of gave up on that idea really fast in the process. So yeah, down below that you just saw is kind of like my little swatch place, because I wanted to see it on the paper more than I wanted to see it on like a separate piece of paper or anything, so I was doing it that way. And I'm playing with the nose a little bit, which was, whatever it is. So I'm wondering, are you guys excited for Inktober, and would you guys be wanting to see videos of me do Inktober, or just see me post on social media for Inktober? Because I am going to try to do Inktober this year, and I don't know if I should make a video or if I should do vlogging, and maybe do vlogging with Inktober and do a video a day. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below, because that would be really helpful to see what you guys would like to see, and maybe challenge myself to do some stuff. I decided to do red hair. I was actually wanting to do like a really cotton candy pink, and then I decided, well, I didn't decide, I just didn't have a good enough cotton candy pink. It was more of like an apple red, so I tried to give her some darker roots and then slowly give her some pink hair. And I love the color teal, so I gave her teal bows, but then as I was continuing on, it kind of looks like Ariel to me, and it was totally unintentional to make her look kind of like an Ariel or anything like that. But I feel like this is almost like a modern day Ariel who decided to go against her father and go practice Wicca instead of fishy, whatever religion fish have, you know? So the hair was super fun to draw and paint. I actually liked the hair in my thumbnail better, but I also enjoyed doing the hair so very much. It was so much fun, and it was just so fun to see it become something real. I usually only do sketches in a sketchbook instead of on real paper, just because it gets contained easier that way. And so to see this on real paper, like tangible paper, was really neat. As I continue on, once I realized it started looking a lot like Ariel, I kind of decided to give her some freckles, maybe make that so it doesn't look so much like Ariel. And then I also was like, okay, she does look a lot like Ariel. I'm just going to throw in some blue background, because that is, you know, a color I didn't use very much in this. And so I was like, yeah, blue works. So right now I'm doing the green shirt, which I could have done better, you know. You can always do better in your work, but I was also having a hard time like dealing with the shirt as well. So I kind of just gave her a tank top. And I will say that I have not done watercolors in so long that it was a little harder to control them. And since I was trying to work within the Scrawler box challenge, I didn't put in like really hard line work. It's just with the Faber-Castell. Is that what it's called? Faber-Castell pencil. And it didn't give me as harsh of a line as I would have liked, but it kind of gives this, like, it feels like watercolor still. So, and as you can see in the picture, I kind of did all the freckles uniform, which I realized was a big mistake, and I'm like trying to fix it. I'm trying to put different types of dots in and maybe like lighten them up a little bit. But it just kind of looks like a band-aid with freckles that I pasted across her face. So that was another mistake. And then another thing that I don't like about this piece is the fact that her eyebrows are so thick. And later I do go and put some red on her eyebrows, but I don't think I quite like it as much. So, but some things I do like about it. I do like that it's creepy. I do enjoy really creepy things. So as I'm finishing this, I of course gave her the Wicca star with a circle, and I'm giving her some black tears running out of her body, and I do make it so both of her noses bleed, and I'm trying to make the star a little bloody as well, and I give her a cut because I didn't think she was quite as creepy enough. Like, someone slashed her. How dare you have false prayers in our presence? So that was fun. And I think I'm almost done talking. So thank you for watching this video. Please comment down below anything that you wish. Please answer my questions of Inktober, Vlogoween, all that goodies. Subscribe, like this video. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you can get notifications about when I post next. And yeah, thanks for watching. Also, love your faces. Yeah, I think I'm done. Unless you want to hear me continue to ramble on and on, because I could do it all day long. And yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, one more thing. I just want to say how beautiful this blue is. I love how blue it is. It's such a pretty blue. And I know that I didn't do all the washes correctly or anything like that, but as an aspiring artist, you never quit learning. And I know I also gave myself a pretty hard critique. Maybe not pretty hard, but a critique nonetheless. And I will say I do actually really love this piece, so don't think that I don't. And I just love your faces. Have a good day.